if you are not where you're at in life, it's because you're just not ready. There's a couple of different aspects to it. There's either a mindset shift that you still have to make, or there is a belief, like a paradigm shift that you have to make. There is a discipline factor that you have to create in your life. And a lot of times people will sit and complain. A lot of complaining. Like, people are addicted to complaining, posting memes, posting how, they have, I don't know, missed the boat, self-sabotage, literally speaking self-sabotage over their life with posting memes that are not going to elevate them. And what I want to say is, if you are not where you're at financially, if you're not where you're at with your business, with your career, with your family, with your relationships with your friends, with your children, it's literally because you have not done an identity shift. So sometimes we're so addicted to being a certain way that we don't know anything else. Like, there's it's like we will subconsciously set up a scenario that will give us the experience of that very thing that we're complaining about. People do this all the time. Okay? So if you are one of those people, it's time to really sit back, especially if you have been around on the planet long enough, at least like 25 and above, where you're like, you know what? I noticed that this is a pattern. Once you start noticing patterns, if there is patterns, it's you. It's you. So the only time it's going to change, the only time you're going to actually get rid of this aspect in your life is if you look in the mirror and say, it's me. I got to make some changes. I got to deal with my post-traumatic stress. I got to deal with my traumas. I got to deal with my inner child work. I got to deal with my, I don't know, maybe you were hurt from a breakup. Maybe you were hurt from a family member. Maybe you were hurt from, you have issues with your parents, your siblings, like just deep-rooted things that is resurfacing in different forms in your life. So for example, if you have a problem with losing weight, if you guys see my page, I'm always, lately I haven't really posted a lot of my workouts, but I'm going to start again. But if you scroll down, you'll see a lot of my workouts, and people are like, why are you going so hard? What's the point? And what I think is so interesting about that is I don't even see it as going hard. Like, I just see it as being normal. So, when people are like, oh, you have like, your body is, I notice that it's getting more and more fit. I notice that you're improving. I notice that, your form is better. I notice and it's like, well, what are you getting ready for? What are you training for? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to literally make up an answer, because I'm not training for anything other than just being alive. That's it. It's like my standard for myself, my paradigm for myself is constantly striving. And also make sure to follow, make sure to like the live, make sure to follow. I don't know if there's a follow area somewhere, but make sure to follow me, because I talk about a lot of this stuff. Also, you want to tap in with me over on YouTube. But if you are struggling in that area, and it's almost like it should just be a standard for yourself. Like, you should just be, if you really want to get to the next level for yourself, if you really want to improve your body, your health, your mindset, your relationships with people, your financial situation, you have to take a step back and identify where you're a part of the problem. And sometimes we speak negativity over our life and don't even realize it. So if it's like, for example, if it's like, oh, dang girl, you got that, I don't have energy for that. Just that very thing alone is speaking negativity over your life. So automatically your brain is like, okay, well, since she's speaking it into existence, she's speaking into the fact that, she doesn't have energy, then we're going to give her that experience. But if you're like, you know what, I'm doing my best to figure out where I can conserve energy, or I'm on this journey to getting the energy up to going to the gym, or I am in the middle of setting up my life for success so I can go to the gym. Thank you so much for the motivation. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways you can just simply do wordplay over your life. And it's not woo woo. It's nothing, you know, I'm very spiritual, by the way, but I'm not even, it's just practical. Like, so for example, if you wake up and you're like, oh my God, my day's already shitty. Well, then guess what? Everything, when you look back, it's like you end up having a shitty day because there's just things that, everything that is crappy is going to surface in your realm for that day, right? Like maybe someone cut you off. Then you're like, oh, see, this day is terrible. And then maybe someone gave you a dirty look and you're like, see, and then maybe someone, you know, you got a weird text message, or maybe someone commented something weird on your Instagram or your Facebook or your Twitter or whatever. And then you just deem the whole day as shitty, as opposed to saying, how would it feel today to just have like a fantastic day? Like maybe something weird happened in the morning. You have the power to shift the energy. And I learned this a lot. Like when I was in my 20s, that era of my life, I noticed that it was almost like a weird, like I enjoyed doing, almost like having trauma bonding conversations with other people or myself. Yes, I'm at the gym. I'm about to get out in a second. But again, make sure to follow, guys. Make sure to like. Make sure to tap in with me over on YouTube. Also, too, my hair is literally like growing. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, this is not a wig. I know it came out of a, you know, a bun. So it's kind of looking weird at the top. But this is all of my hair. No, I don't work out with my hair down. I have a clip. So, hair, skin, and nails from INNO SUPPS. I'm telling you guys, this brand... Like people ask me all the time about what I use for, you know, part of my health. You're going to want to tap in with INNO SUPPS. You're going to want to tap in with the hair, skin, and I literally carry this with me everywhere, like in my gym bag. Just in case I forget to take it in the morning. I make sure to have another one in my bag. Cause you're supposed to take 2 a day. So, hair, skin, and nails, they also have like 70 other products. Like this is really good for men, women. If you're trying to get more greens in your diet, if you're trying to get protein in your diet, this is really, really good for that. So definitely go to INNO SUPPS. You do get a code, with my code EMBODY Pursuit. So you can tap in. You can also click the link in the bio and be taken straight to it. The link, it shows the promo code, but definitely tap in with this. Really, really good. So yeah, that's mainly what I wanted to get on here and say. It's like, you know, I see a lot of people, I'll see a lot of people on, you know, posting on their stories, and it's just complaint after complaint, after negative meme, after depressing meme, after, you know, blaming men for the world's sorrows, blaming women for the world's issues. It's just like this constant, like, perpetuation of like negativity where it's like, okay, how can I just contribute to society and just be a better human? Number 1, for myself. Number 2, for my friends and family. And then number 3, for society. So if you just start to like do the inner work, do the inner shifts, the inner changes, everything else will start to look a little shinier, a little sparklier. You'll have better. Yeah, and even if you do come across, like, for example, I live in LA. It's part of the culture out here. There's just going to be issues with drivers. And whenever I see somebody get so angry, like I'll be going 35 miles, like it'll be a 35 mile an hour street and I'll maybe be going 37 miles an hour. There's people that are trying to go 42, 43, 44 miles an hour on it. And like, that's fine. You can do that. Just go around me. You know, I'm already going technically, but I'm not like an aggressive. Well, I can get aggressive when I have to, just to like save my life. But I'm a very like safe driver. Like people make fun of me because I follow the rules. I'm not in a rush. If I show up late somewhere, my life is more important than trying to rush to get somewhere because of LA traffic. Like, that's just how I roll. So when other people like see someone driving the speed limit, people will get like so mad. They're honking, they're flipping you off there, and it's like I'm going 37 into 35. Like, why are you so? And then it's like, why are you? And I'll sit back and be like, why are they so angry about this? Like, it's almost like people will get a dopamine hit from figuring out reasons to be angry. Like, I don't know if you've experienced that, comment, let me know. But it's like people are really, really addicted to just figuring out a reason to be mad. And when I've gotten cut off, I'm like, oh, whatever, they're in a rush, that's wild. It's not that serious. And I keep going. I don't know, maybe someone gives me a dirty look, or maybe someone has an attitude at the grocery store, and I'm just because I try to keep myself at neutral. I'm not perfect at all, but I try to keep myself at neutral. And so when I see other people like getting so angry over silly stuff, I'm able to look at it from a perspective of, oh, what are they going through? Like, did they just are they dealing with childhood trauma? Like, are they dealing with, did someone piss them off this morning? I don't know. Did they get broke up with this morning? Because the level that people get of anger that people get at the smallest things is very, very concerning. People are a lot more sensitive than they were about 15 years ago. Everything's a trigger. So it's just not that serious. If you did something wrong, own it. If you need to apologize to somebody, apologize. If you accidentally cut somebody off, just be kind about it. Like, there's just little tiny things that we can all do to just be a better human. And then if everybody collectively just did those small things to just be a better human, the community would be a better community, and then it would bleed into other things. Everybody is so sensitive. People take themselves too serious, and they take life too. Yeah, it's like, it's not that serious. Like, people will ruin their day over like someone accidentally like cutting them in line, and it's like, oh, sorry, I didn't see you. Yeah, you should have saw me. See, I tell you, people just don't know no better these days. And it's like, why are you so mad? Like, so, you know what I mean? It's like, go do some meditation, go like get your favorite food and go relax, go take a nap. Like, it's just not that serious. It's not. And then what ends up happening is, out of anger, people are rushing, people are sending weird text messages, people are popping off on people, and then it just perpetuates like this energy of negativity, and this energy of just like agitation, turmoil, like, and it's not that serious. It's not that serious. Like, and I even think of like, I don't want to say any trigger things on here because I don't want to get knocked off the live, but there's literally wars going on in other countries. And like, we're worried about like the fact that we weren't able to get, I don't know, the last frozen chicken or something in the produce department because somebody cut us off. Like, and we literally want to fight like over something silly. So, there's just more to, there's more serious things to worry about. Maybe a spouse issue, dealing with something with a spouse, and so they just said something weird. They looked at you weird. What I want to say is, the more you can learn to not let external things rattle you so much, the more you can move through life with peace, and you'll notice you'll be able to get a lot more done. You'll be able to take advantage of a lot more opportunities. I'm not going to take it seriously and keep it moving. Exactly. It's just not that serious. Like, I don't really go to the club. I haven't gone to the club in so long. I don't even remember the last time. But when I did go to the club, it's like people literally getting fights over like people, bumping someone. And it's like, we're in a tiny environment where people are squished together. And then like, of course there's going to be elbows and things like, what's funny? So I went to China a couple of years ago, and it's so interesting, the culture. Like, I was getting bumped left and right, and like I saw Chinese people bumping each other left and right, and like, it's culturally okay. And I'm not saying, they're like elbow checking people, but it's like, because they're used to being in tiny spaces where you don't have a choice. You're gonna end up rubbing up against someone or rubbing an elbow, and like, they're just like, look at it like it's a tree. Like, they don't even think about, it's not even an issue. And then out, in America, it's like, you stepped on my Jordans, like as if someone purposely stepped on your Jordans to purposely make them dirty. No, we're in a packed environment when they shouldn't have let this many people in anyway. We're in a packed environment. People are drinking and people are stumbling around, and there's going to be accidental moments where you might bump into someone. And then people literally have lost their lives over stuff like that. People have lost their sons, daughters over the dumbest, silliest things. So, just it's definitely something. Hi. So it's definitely something to, the reason why I popped on this live, again, I don't really talk about a lot. I get on here and I might talk about something lighthearted, but I talk about heavier topics like this, deeper topics, diving in over on my YouTube. So definitely tap in with me over on YouTube. So that's really it. I'm going to get it in I have this RYZE Energy. It's a plant-based energy drink. Really, really bomb. Again, you can also find this. Everything that I use is in the links in my bios. These are things that I actually have bought and used myself. And I just bought them so much and use them myself so much that I now have links for like affiliate links. So tap in. This is a plant-based energy drink. If you're into energy drinks, I usually only drink them on my heavy weightlifting days. It just gives me that extra jolt. You don't need it. Technically, you should be able to tap into your natural energy, but when you're trying to convince yourself to lift 150 pounds with your legs, like sometimes you just gotta get a little extra help. It's ridiculous. That's why I stay out of the way. I do what I have to do out in public and I go home. Yeah, these days I'm the same way. I mean, I go to some events, I'll do things like, community type of events, philanthropic events, going to galas, charity events. I'll go to maybe like something art related, like a fashion show or something like that, or, gatherings, dinners. But like, people are just on edge. And you got to be able to feel into the energy too. Like, I think a lot of times people don't have good discernment. People don't have good discernment either. You got to be able to tap in with your intuition and see, is this an environment I need to be in? Is this a volatile environment? Are people too drunk here? Is this a positive environment? Like, are people walking around with the attitude, especially in LA? Oh, people not everybody, but decent chunks of people will go to a certain type of event and act like they're just God's gift to the planet. That's fine. You can have it. We're all technically God's gift to the planet, but if you're in environments that don't make you feel good, like, just remove yourself and don't intake that energy. Like, have you ever been to an event and then you go back home and maybe whoever you live with, you like bring that energy back home and they're like, oh, what's wrong with you? And it's like, oh, well, I don't know. I dealt with a bunch of like people with attitudes at this event earlier. Don't bring things back home. Make sure you do go in with intention of protection of like energy. Like, make sure be so solid in who you are and your groundedness that you can walk into an environment and not let the energy penetrate you. I'm practicing that every single day. For example, like if I go to the gym and someone's being weird, sometimes like I'll deal with, things with men, I'll just say it, men, like, looking or like, kind of like staring or, and it makes you kind of feel uncomfortable, but then I'll just put a shield on and say, you know what, I'm here to get it in. I'm here to have a really great workout. If somebody's staring at me or making me feel uncomfortable, I'm just going to put a like layer of protection over myself and, repel. But I've literally seen women like get enraged, go over to the guy. Why are you staring at me? So it just depends on who you are and like where you're at, but that's not worth my time. Like, I got to get in and get out. I don't have time to pop off on a man looking at me because I'm wearing, like I have a tight outfit on. So of course they're going to look like like when women have tight outfits on, I'm looking like, oh wow, her body's bomb, or, oh wow, that's a cute outfit, or, oh wow, her top is cute, or, oh wow, like she has a really nice shape. Like I'd like to work out and look like, it's like I'm looking. So I know guys are going to look, but like, why are you getting so angry? So anyways, I can go on and on, but I'm going to tap out. Thanks for tapping in. Catch me over on YouTube for more topics like this. I don't go live as often as I do over there. Over on I said over there, like YouTube's like over there. But on the YouTube platform, I go live pretty much every day. So we could tap in with me over there. All right, I will tap in later. Bye.